a man in Singapore is seeking more than $2 million in legal damages because a woman put him in the friend zone. And that has had a very negative effect on his life. Being someone who has been in the friend zone, thankfully many years ago, I can attest to the fact that it can cause some damage. $2 million though, I think you might be overestimating your value to the world, buddy. Anyway, this individual is a drone racing executive, Kawshigan, I believe, alleged in a defamation lawsuit that the woman's rejection caused him, quote, sustained trauma and, quote, reductions in his earning capacity. He's seeking $2.3 million. A separate case that he had filed was struck down for abuse of process. I'm hoping this one ends up that way too. And he was ordered to pay the woman's legal costs. But as ridiculous as all of this is, there are details to this story that are even crazier. So first of all, you need to understand, he'd sought nearly $17,000 previously, alleging that the woman had breached an offer she made that included offering room for Kawshigan to share inspiration, struggle, and achievements, and meeting up based on mutual availability beyond coffee settings, which is the most awkward, weird way to define a friendship that I've ever heard, but I guess it's important, the legalese. He met her back in 2016, a friendship developed, but she wasn't interested in it going beyond that. So she tried to take like a little bit of a leave, like see him less. He said that such action would be taking a step back in their relationship, which you're allowed to do if you want to. But here is the crazy thing that really made this story for me. As a result of him freaking out over her wanting to spend less time with him, she agreed to participate in counseling sessions with him, which kept his legal threats at bay. But after 1.5 years of counseling, she felt the exercises had become meaningless. That is the most patient, reasonable woman that has ever existed, and she never should have had to go through a single moment of any of that, Ida. What do you think?
Poor women. Poor women, oh my goodness, poor women. The fact that this man feels entitled, it is the constant battle of being a woman on this planet. The reason so many women get stalked and murdered and abused and mistreated is because of this entitlement that certain men have over them. And to feel that counseling, she should have gotten a restraining order is what she should have gotten instead of going to counseling. You know, first of all, something's wrong with him. He needs some help because he can't cope with the realities of rejection in life, which we all have to. Secondly, to emotionally terrorize and abduct this woman and have her held hostage to this situation that was impeding in her life, that she needs to seek some counseling because she doesn't understand her worth and her agency. This is preposterous. And the fact that someone feels entitled to somebody else like that, that's the reality of being a woman in the world. Always being told that your body and you do not belong to you. And that's just the epitome of it. And that is just disgusting.
Yeah, this is not based on knowledge. This is just my gut fear. Like, why would you go through 1.5 years of counseling?
Because you're not
terrified. Well, no, that's why he would. Why would she be willing to? I think because she's terrified that the guy might kill her if she doesn't. Like, she's probably absolutely terrified of what might happen. The idea that you would have to go through literally any of this, dude, meet somebody else. How do you think this is gonna play out? You're gonna legally bludgeon her into giving you a chance, and then it's gonna be When Harry Met Sally. You're just gonna look back on it and have a crazy story to tell or something. That's how you think that this is gonna go?
Well, I took your mom to court.
1.5 years of sessions. It was intensive and rigorous role-playing therapy. And then I sued her ass into the ground. And then it's been 20 years, you know? I still love you as much as I did on the first day. And she's sitting there like, anyway.
What's a drone racing executive? Can you tell me? Because I don't know what that is.
So drone racing, I briefly saw it once somewhere. It's a sport where you have a drone and you race it through obstacle courses. So I think he runs some sort of company like that.
Okay.
It is amazing.
That man has access to information. We gotta start over. We gotta start over. All is lost. This is.
How do you How do you have your life enough together that you could be an executive of a company and then all of that other stuff is still true? Jesus. Anyway, the one good bit of this news is that it's almost certainly not gonna go anywhere. I at first was wondering what lawyer would possibly represent him. No, he is in fact representing himself. And so as the saying goes, he has a fool for a client. Anyway, sorry for, jokes aside, I could not feel worse for that woman and the many, many women who are experiencing less legally complex, but still emotionally abusive situations like this.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.